and again, from my experience as well, going into the dating world in 2016, I honestly found it easier. And I know this is my experience and I don't speak for everybody, but I found it easier, like we just touched on, that I didn't have to get dressed up, look good, and have my cologne and go to a public place and meet women. I can just put a profile together on my phone while playing Call of Duty and just meet women online. And I found myself to have a lot of success on a dating app. And that's just my experience. But in your coaching experience, why are so many men unsuccessful with dating apps nowadays?
It's just because everyone's on the dating apps and the competition is fierce, and we only have the superficial ways of attraction on dating apps. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you're a man who is not typically good looking, or you're not tall, or you don't have a well-off job, I mean, that's it. All you have, and that, by the way, that's another reason why every guy is saying you need money, looks, and status. That's because they're only thinking about online dating, which they're right. Yeah, they're right. Like, the guys who do have the money, look, status are crushing it online, but that's few and far between, because there's only a small pool of men who have all those statistics, and they're doing very well with women. So with online dating, it's become harder because now everyone's on there.
Right.
And also women are getting a false representation of what their value is. So, for example,
I agree with that.
If you're a woman who's not that attractive and you don't have a lot of things going for you, per se, physically or on the superficial level, you'll still start a dating app. And because of the nature of human mating, that woman will still get a lot of attention. She'll still get a lot of attention.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas a guy who's an equivalent to maybe her, let's say like a 6 out of 10 on the attractiveness scale, he'll get 0. So guys have to work much harder to get attention on the apps. And I will admit, some guys can do the very best they can, because there's only so far you can go on a dating app.
Yeah.
You can only look your best. There's a ceiling, right? So you can have the best pictures and do your best and have the best profile, and you'll still get some results, but it still might be very difficult. Therefore, those guys are going to have to go out and actually approach women and make that work. But yeah, that's why it's hard. The competition's high, and you're not able as a man to utilize your behavioral traits that women are going to be very attracted to on a dating app. Because women are attracted to confidence and charisma, sociability. You can't show any of that on a dating app. You can show 0 of that. So that's what makes it really tough.
I'm going to share what worked for me. I understood that women, for whatever reason, they love these detective, killer crime shows. Like, women love solving puzzles. They love putting things together. So what I decided to do is
they love the murder
mysteries.
shows.
Yeah, everything's murder mysteries nowadays. And what I decided to do was, I love movies, obviously. I review movies on this site, so I have a lot of movies in the background. So I'm like, okay, I can't attract all women, so I'm just going to go specifically to the movie-loving woman. So every profile picture I posted was a selfie, but with something behind me that represented me, what I love, was whether it's a favorite movie or movie theater or at a concert. I highlighted what I loved, because I know they were looking in the background. And most of the times, most of the matches that came my way were women that said, oh, I love Beetlejuice. So I love that horror movie. I love horror movies too. Have you seen this? That's what initiated my success. So it wasn't like my charm or whatever the case was. It was the interest in just having something about my personality in the background, other than the club and the drinks and the cliche photos. I'd make sure I was smiling in all of them, but giving them more story about me visually is what helped me the most. And of course, putting a bio together and having it proofread many times, and the tone of the bio being successful. I didn't want anybody to read that and come off, why, he sounds very vindictive and pissed off that he's had
you don't want that. You want
it to be charming, and you want them to at least be smiling when they read it. And that's what I had. I had a sense of humor there. Have you seen Footloose, by the way?
Yeah.
The old
listen, I would consider myself a movie buff. And I've seen a lot of movies. I have not seen Footloose.
I put a joke in my profile, said, fun fact about me, I lived in a small town that outlawed dancing and rock and roll, but after much adversity, we went over and I conducted the first dance. And some women got that.
They
that's
it,
Footloose.
Right.
So I put little Easter eggs in the bio, but that's how I was successful. And I would match all the time. And I never had a problem getting a date. And I think, I guess this ties to the next question, why most men are unsuccessful on dating apps. I think if they maybe put more of a fun or more of a story in their bio, maybe that would help. I'm not saying that would turn things around, but I think if most guys put more effort, because I've actually, for my first year doing this, I did some audits on profiles. And most guys just want to put the profile up within the night. I'm like, no, this takes time. You need to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's horrible.
Good advice. Yes.
Yeah. If you download the app on Sunday and then your profile's up Monday, no, you rushed it. So let's look at some better photos. Let's rewrite this bio, and then it worked. But that's just my opinion on that. Just more story, more visualizations about who you are. Sell yourself, and again, that's what worked for me.
Totally. Don't underestimate the power of pictures. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys don't have great pictures of themselves.
They don't.
Women do. They take a lot of pictures.
Oh, tons of them.
Men don't. So you need to go get professional photos. And I kid you not. So I'll give you an example of a client we worked with. By the way, a good looking guy, a tall guy, 6'1", a doctor.
Whoa. Okay.
Had all this stuff going for him. Uh-huh. And he got okay results online. He wasn't like dead in the water. He did get results. But when we worked with him, I said, all right, we're going to do a professional photo shoot. You're going to get a haircut. You're going to not take selfie photos in the mirror.
In the restroom, in the mirror.
Yeah, exactly. This kind of far away, artistic, blurry hipster shot that just didn't make him look that great. With his long hair. Nothing wrong with long hair, by the way, but it just didn't work with him. So what we did is we got him new photos. And literally the second he put them up, he messages me and he goes, holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I listened to you. I never thought it could be like this, And again, I know that this guy already has some things going from Dr. 6'1" and all those things. We've done that with guys who are not that as well. But just to give you that example, it's like, even then you could be. That's why it still makes it hard for guys. You could have all those stats, but if you don't have the right pictures, it's just not going to go well. And he was attracting all sorts of types of women that never reached out to him in the past. And so pictures are really everything. And if I were you, so for example, if you want to learn cold approach and approaching women, what are you going to practice the most? Obviously, you're going to look your best. You're going to, do your hair up, and you're going to put on the right clothes. That's fast little things. But you're going to be working on your demeanor, your confidence, your ability to go up, to be calm, all that stuff, right? Like, obviously, any guy's going to be like, okay, what do I say? What are the words? Blah, blah, blah. You're going to put all this focus into that because that's what matters in that approach. Mm-hmm. With online dating, what matters the most is the pictures.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Those are the most important. So why are you not investing literally as much money as possible into the best photos? Like hundreds and hundreds of dollars into it. You should be investing to work with a couple of great photographers and see what photos you can get and test things out and switch things in, because that's going to be everything that's going to make the biggest difference. And then, of course, obviously, you can't just have great pictures and a creepy, weird bio and expect to get results. You do need to have all that in place, too. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't matter, but it starts with the pictures. And if you have the best bio and things in the world, it doesn't matter because your pictures are not good.
In a way, it's like a product on Amazon. You want to showcase yourself in the best light possible, in the best description possible. And guys,
it's a YouTube thumbnail. It's a YouTube thumbnail.
Exactly. If you're in your car with your baseball cap and sunglasses and you look pissed, that's not going to work.